Hello, welcome to another episode of Wuzzy's Electronic Album Picks, where I provide information on electronic food for your ears and eyes. Today we're exploring some German ambient techno. The album is Königsforst by Gas. It was released in December 1998. The album has 8 tracks and a length of 1 hour and 18 minutes and 5 seconds. The style is modern classic and ambient techno. The tracks are untitled, so I'll simply refer to them as their track numbers. These are my favorite tracks. Track 1, Track 2, Track 7, Track 8. Now for the full flavor, put your earbuds or headphones on and enjoy the show. Königsforst is a deep, entrancing ambient techno adventure. It's sampled from German classic music with filtered, heavy, booming beats and obscure synths, all dripping with lo-fi goodness. It's very loopy and mostly changeless, which creates a hypnotic experience. The music's not for everyone, but for people who have an appreciation towards more minimal explorations and ambient music. The tracks are all quite long, and I love long tracks. There's some unique reverse sound effects here and there, and it sounds quite interesting. As minimal as the tracks are, they all have somewhat of an exploration and changes, some more minimal than others. Most tracks are similar with their heavy filtered beats and flowing, waving synths. Track 1 is a wonderful opening to the album, an ambient start which quickly kicks into a muffled techno adventure with very unique sounds. It's enchanting, warm, and has a lot of interesting sounds hidden deep within it. Loopy goodness with minimal changes that takes you on a deep nature journey into the dense woods. Track 2, another deep wooded adventure that's a bit more minimal sounding, and it explores that reverseness on the strings that come in here and there once in a while. Near the end, it's used a bit more and it sounds really nice. The track grows with a few tone changes in the background. It's deep, relaxing, and reflective. A nice track to get lost in. Track 7. This is a really cool track. I really like the loop strings flowing and panning left and right with the heavy bouncing beats. The sounds slowly grow louder and heavier in perfect rhythm. It's a wonderful loop construction sound like no other, with minimal sound changes and filter explorations. It's really entrancing and a beautiful way to experience music on a whole new level of minimal bliss. Track 8. This is the last track, and it's the most loopy sounding track on the album. I think it's a loop sample from track 2, though it sounds different and interesting the way it was constructed. It's familiar but different at the same time. The reverse element is here, and it has the most minimal beat on the album. Some parts of the track sound a bit more spread out, if that makes sense, from its loopy core. It's like condensed into something more minimal than the other tracks. It's wonderful and deep on many levels. There are 2 beatless tracks which explore more deeply into the classical music samples. Track 3 is a heavy wooded track deep in the dark woods with classical loop strings going on amongst the dark spooky nights. Lots of lo-fi pops and cracks and heavy hidden bass in the background. The track really creates an interesting spooky theme of darkness and lost hopelessness. Track 6. This is a very different track. It's odd with its deep loop strings bass and strange little colorful loops. It's more warm, like a beautiful morning where the flowers are blooming and the birds are singing. There's like fresh dew on the plants. It's a very minimal loop experience with very minimal changes. Only the sound perspective and tone seem to change, though it does seem to grow and become more pronounced over time. Some tracks also sound similar to each other, like track 2 and track 4, which sounds like a sped up version of track 2. Track 8, as I said before, sounds like a loopish sample from track 2. Track 5 and track 7 are also similar as well, but it's all very interesting and deeply explored. Track 1 and track 5 were a bit more complex in their constructions, which is a nice change. I enjoyed both tracks on the same level. Either one of them could have been listed as one of my favorite tracks. My favorite track was track 7. I really love the attractive bouncing beat and the minimal sound explorations. It really gives off this happiness, feel-good tone. Now, if you've seen it on Wuzzy Picks, it's an album to be heard, so I hope you guys check out the full album. If you're a fan of electronic music and enjoyed the episode, smash that subscribe button and a thumbs up. Also, hit that bell to be notified when I have my next video out. If you want to support my show, you can find 3 of our latest releases in the description below. Also, check out my Instagram or YouTube channel, Rhubarb Cabin Records, for more music adventures. Thanks for watching and have an awesome day and night. Cheers.